say hi to a happy day and enjoy listening while I read to you a story, The Secret Adventure. Early one morning, Thumper hopped over to a ticket. Bambi, Bambi, wake up, the bunny whispered to a sleeping fawn. Bambi stared and gave a great big yawn. I'll be right there, he mumbled. He stood up sleepily. I have to tell you my mother where we're going. You can't do that, Thumper said. It's a secret. Besides, she'd never let us go. The friends hopped off to find Flower. A few minutes later, Bambi and Thumper spotted their skunk friend. Good morning, Flower, they said. Thumper wants to go on a secret adventure, Bambi said. Do you want to come along? Oh gosh, I do, Flower said shyly. But would you tell me where we're going? Bambi looked at Thumper eagerly. He wanted to know too. Thumper puffed up his chest and said proudly, I want to show you what the beavers build on water. Bambi and Flower looked at each other. They didn't understand how anyone could build something on water, but it sure sounded exciting. The three friends didn't notice a red bird perched on a branch above them. The bird was a friend of Bambi's mother. He flew to her and told her where the young prince was headed. Maybe it would be good for Bambi and his friends to explore the forest on their own. Bambi's mother told the bird, whose name was Red, would you mind keeping an eye on them? Red agreed and then flew off to tell Thumper's mother. Meanwhile, Thumper and Flower were hard at work, trying to push Bambi through a tight ticket. He was stuck. Why are we going this way? Bambi asked. Shh, Thumper whispered. We can't go the regular way. We are really close to the meadow where all the bunnies graze, including my mama, he explained quietly. If she sees us, she'll say I have to look after my silly sisters. Suddenly, some branches gave way and the three friends fell out onto the meadow. Bambi, Thumper, and Flower quickly ran back into the bushes. They peeked out to see if the bunnies had spotted them. No one is looking at us, Thumper said. My mama is talking with her friend Red. I think we're safe. Come on, let's go. But they had been spotted. Thumper's sisters had seen everything. They wanted to know what their big brother was up to, so they followed him. So did Red. The three friends continued walking through the woods. Soon they came to a stream. Thumper looked around. He was not sure where to go next. Suddenly, a beaver with big teeth and a large flat tail walked up to them. Who are you? Bambi asked. My name is Slap, the beaver said. Where are you going? Thumper hopped forward. I wanted to show my friends what the beavers build on the river, he explained. We call it a dam, said Slap, and I can show you the way. A little while later they arrived at the dam. Here we are, Slap said proudly. Everywhere along the river, the beavers were busy. Some were in the water pushing logs, while others were chopping down trees with their strong teeth. Come out onto the dam, Slap offered. Thumper and Flower went first, and Bambi followed, a bit unstable on his legs. Soon, they were balancing on the logs among the working beavers. Hey, this is fun, Thumper shouted. Why do they call it Slap? Flower asked their new beaver friend shyly. I'll show you, Slap replied. He started slapping the logs with his flat tail. I'm the first slapper in the whole river, he exclaimed. The dam shook and shook when the beaver was slapping. Help! Help, Thumper! 4 little voices suddenly cried. It was Thumper's younger sisters. They had gone out on the dam as it started to shake. Now the log they were sitting on was floating away. "Oh no, my sisters!" Thumper exclaimed. "We have to rescue them." "Hurry, they are headed toward the waterfall," Slap shouted. All the beavers jumped into the water and quickly swam toward the log. High above, Red flew off to tell Mama Bunny and Bambi's mother. Thumper's sisters held on to each other and tried to balance so they would not fall into the river. But they were getting close to the waterfall. A few minutes later, Slap and the two other beavers reached the runaway log. They slapped their tails with all their might, and slowly but surely, they got the log to the river bank. Bambi stood in the water with Thumper perched on his head. One by one, Thumper pulled his sisters to safety. Once everyone was back on the land, Thumper thanked the beavers for their bravery. "You're welcome," said Slap. "Can you find your way home there?" "Nothing to it," Thumper said. "We live just around that thicket and to the right." Thumper began to lead the others through the woods, but he couldn't seem to find the path home, so they kept walking and walking. After a while, it began to get dark. The trees blocked the light from the fading sun, and the branches swayed, casting scary shadows all around. Thumper," Bambi said, "I think we might be lost." "Oh, don't be silly," Thumper said, looking back at his friends. "It's just like in the daytime, only darker. There's nothing to be afraid of here, especially when you're with the bravest rabbit in the forest." Suddenly, Thumper hopped into something. "Ah!" he screamed. Luckily, it was not a monster that Thumper had run into. It was his own mother. She and Bambi's mother had finally found them. "Oh, I'm so glad you are safe," cried Bambi's mother as she led them into the meadow where there was more sunlight. "Red was keeping an eye on you. He told us what happened." Until now, the friends had not noticed the bird who was flitting in the air above them. Thumper's mother tapped her foot angrily. "Thumper, what does your father always tell you?" Thumper looked down at the ground. He didn't like to be scolded. "Never go off on your own without telling someone first," he replied. "That's right," Thumper's mother said. "You all must promise never to do that again." They all agreed, though Thumper didn't seem too happy about it. "Good," said Bambi's mother. "Now let's go home. The sun has started to set." Soon the group returned home. "Good night, everyone," Flower said. "Good night, Flower," the others called. "Good night, Bambi," Thumper said. "Good night, Thumper," Bambi replied. Then he whispered, "Thanks for taking me on a secret adventure." Thumper smiled. He and his family went to their burrow. Soon the bunny was fast asleep, dreaming of his next adventure. Not far away, Bambi's eyelids fluttered shut. It had been a long and exciting day, and he was tired. Moonlight beamed over the meadow, and everything in the forest was still and peaceful at last. The end. I hope you enjoyed listening to the story, The Secret Adventure. Please don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe to listen to more of our favorite book stories. See you soon!